having fun in a cop car.
Yep. Tristyn.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristyn, if you walk out the damn...
When you see this in a month.
Aiden Fucci, 14 years old, having fun in the back of a cop car while investigators and everyone in the neighborhood looking for 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey, who was missing. Welcome back. Let me show you a picture of Tristyn Bailey, 13 years old. She was ultimately found, stabbed 114 times on May 9th. Aiden Fucci, the 14-year-old that was in the back of that police car, he's now been charged with first-degree murder in her death. Now, there is video. First, let's begin with some security camera video from that night, okay? This is after midnight. You can see two people walking right to left on your screen, okay? Investigators say that's Aiden Fucci with Tristyn Bailey. Again, just after midnight, May 9th. That's one video, and as they walk off the screen, you will notice in the next video, a little bit later on, someone walking in the opposite direction, actually going pretty quickly in the opposite direction. And that is going to be Aiden Fucci. Let's take a look. There he goes, moving a little bit quicker, around 1:52 a.m. by himself, okay? Then at 3:31, there's more security camera footage of him arriving home, and apparently, if you take a closer look, you'll see it. It seems like he's carrying his shoes. Why? I don't know the significance of that yet. Investigators may shed some light on that, but there you can see him in the outside security. And then as he goes in, there is more video of him coming inside because, or that's just outside of the porch. But the Fucci house has security cameras everywhere. So tonight what we want to do for you is take you inside the home, again, after the murder, and this is now taking place after Aiden Fucci is taken by the sheriff and taken away. That is his mom walking around. They have a nice house. Mom is walking and looking around, going upstairs, wondering what she's going to do upstairs. All right, now she arrives upstairs. Yeah, maybe she's gathering some laundry, has some clothes or something that she's got to grab. Goes into, it looks like a little bathroom. And again, this is after the murder. Mom cleaning up a little bit. Picks up some clothes there. And wait for it. Looks like she's got a pair of jeans. Now, it wasn't super clear from the video. It seemed like Aiden Fucci may have been wearing a pair of jeans. So what exactly is she doing with those jeans? Is she washing them? Now, that's not Aiden Fucci there. That's going to be a sibling that is in the video. Again, realize at this point, her son has just been taken away by sheriffs, and a young girl was found murdered in the neighborhood, stabbed 114 times. And now mom is busy, just out of, okay. They look like they might be a little wet right now. And goes out of sight there for a moment. And now walking with a lump of jeans. Now we pick it up going down the stairs, and appears to be going maybe to a garage or somewhere else. So what did we just witness here? What is mom up to? Let's bring in our think tank. Bernard Villalona, Ian Friedman, Brian Watkins. Brian, mom doing some cleaning up there. Does unconditional love include getting those blood-soaked jeans OxyClean?
I think it does. However, I don't know if that video shows that unconditional love. It doesn't appear that she's doing anything frantically. And if we're thinking that she is helping to get rid of evidence in a crime, you'd think that she'd also be doing it frantically. She seems very calm. She seems like she's going about her business, doing her regular laundry. So I don't know. You got to read too much into that to be able to come to any sort of real conclusion.
All right. Ian, did you see anything that didn't look so good for Mom?
Well, sure. And the prosecutors in the case will say, because she has been charged with tampering with evidence, that by cleaning the blood and so forth, she was helping to conceal the crime. If I were the defense lawyer, though, and Mom came to me separate and apart from this case, because, of course, she's would have her own case, I would harp on the fact that we're unable to establish what he told her. I mean, did he come home and say he was in a fight with somebody? So until it's proven that she was aware of the crime, then you cannot have concealing of the evidence. So we're going to need some more facts before we just jump to the conclusion, as it is easy to do here, because the evidence is stacking up greatly against her son.
Okay, Bernardo, let's take a look at another video here. There's another woman that is in the video in this one. And as you take a look, there she is. And they're kind of near that door where those pants were. And again, there's no audio of this video. You just got the images. And again, this is the Fucci home security system. And it looks like they're taking some time right there near the bottom of the steps. Another little tyke walking around. And it looks like they're cleaning the floor, kind of where Mom was just walking. And I wonder what was on the floor there. Bernardo, that's kind of significant, right? If this woman saw maybe something red in nature, or maybe just some dripping there, that might get us closer to what was being done to those jeans, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. But Vinny, I will tell you this, because they have the recordings from inside of the home, there is so much more evidence, especially when you're thinking they're going to have the recordings from the
wait, here comes Mom. Here comes Mom,
left.
Bernardo. Here comes Mom with the pants. Look at that. She's showing them. They look clean, right? I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm going to tell you that all you have to do, the prosecutor is going to start following it. That's what they're going to do. They have surveillance video that's going to be ongoing 24 hours. So as long as you spend many hours looking at the video, you can be able to track where those pants went. And just remember what
she's got the pants in her hand again.
Pants.
She's got the pants in her hand. She's on the phone now. Maybe getting some advice what to do with the pants. We got to check the cell phone records now. Find out who's... Right?
Absolutely. I mean, they got a search warrant for the house. That's how they were able to get the video. I mean, from looking at the video, my next step will be to get the phone call records to see who was it that she called.
I wonder what they're talking about. But she's putting the pants back in this other room, and we're not sure what that other room is, but it's not, I don't think it's Aiden's room. I think it's kind of where you walk in and out of the house, perhaps the garage. Oh, here comes the other woman giving it another look.
Mm-hmm. These are very important pants, Vinny. What a conversation.
You think we need to put them in another spin cycle here? What do we have to do? That other woman's kind of being really put on the spot there, Brian Watkins. All of a sudden, she's now in the middle of this, if in fact those were the pants that Aiden Fucci was wearing, and if in fact there was any evidence on them. It's a problem for her, too.
That's exactly what cuts against this being any sort of valuable evidence, because she's not doing anything frantically like you would expect a person to do.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got another video for you to see. You ready, Brian?
All right.
Let's put up this next video. And there's an interesting moment here. They're talking by the stairs, the two women, right? Wait for it. And, okay, we don't know what they're saying. Can't read their lips. No idea. Let's look at their body language a little bit. And oh wait, did she just
pointed at the camera?
She just pointed at the camera. We've got a camera there. Oh,
again.
Yeah. Is that a little consciousness there, Brian? We just remembered we have an inside camera that is recording everything we're doing.
So you walk in another room to talk on the phone as though the camera can read your lips. That's still kind of a reach for me.
No, it looked like she was going back in that room where the jeans were. Maybe she was going to retrieve those jeans.
why would she involve another person? If a mother was trying to conceal evidence for her son, why would she, A, let the little child walk around? We all know children can't lie. And why would we involve another woman who seems to be also very nonchalant in what we would all expect to be a very frantic situation? So I don't think this video shows anything.
Well, Aiden wasn't frantic after stabbing a girl 114 times. They must run in the family.
Yeah, it's...
Well, we don't know that, Bernard. I mean, we don't know how he was. We saw it in the back of the car. We've seen different behaviors. You also have a child, right? 14. There's mental issues here, likely. You know that as a prosecutor. There's a lot going on here. I would just be hesitant to jump to a conclusion on this tape. Does it look more and more when they point at the tape that that's problematic? Sure. But we need more here because, again, until we can establish that she knew that a crime was committed and that her actions were concealing it, we don't have a crime for her. So you need more information.
Breaking news. Got one more video for you, Ian. Let's take a look. And now I think we're looking for Crystal. And, oh, here's another person. Not sure of his identity at this moment, but there's someone else kind of in that little back room. That's that little room where the jeans went, I think. Wonder what they're talking about. Another potential witness. All these people could be subpoenaed to testify about what exactly were you doing.
And Vinny, I think you just said it right. I wonder what they're talking about. And that's why the trial's going to be a very long trial. And all of these things, these witnesses,
the jeans are going back upstairs.
Have to come forward.
Jeans are coming back upstairs, Ian.
I understand.
Is that good? Is that good or bad?
Well, the more that you see these jeans treated like more than a pair of bloody jeans, of course, it does not get better for the defense. But I still cannot jump to just insert that she was aware of why these jeans were bloody. Now, maybe by the time the prosecution gets through their trial, I assume they're going to have an answer for that. They know they've got to make that link. But Bernarda was a great prosecutor. She knows perfectly well, Bernarda,
Thank you,
that if
Ian.
you couldn't prove that she was aware of the crime, bloody jeans don't mean anything. Correct?
But you got to think the cops arrested Aiden. So in order to arrest a 14-year-old, the cops must have told her what he was being arrested for. And in addition to that, because he is 14 years old, the police need the consent of a family member, of a parent, in order to be able to talk to him. So she is in possession of certain information about why her son is being apprehended and taken into a police car and taken to the precinct. So I think when you start putting... The timing of this video, I agree with you. If you've got the timing of this video down, I'm not willing to sit here and guess when this video was. I presume at trial, a good prosecutor is going to say, yeah. And if it comes out like you're saying, that's one thing. But I can't sit here and guess when that was taken. Absolutely not. And therefore, I'm not willing to guess that she knew.
Brian
Watkins.
Watkins.
If she's trying to get rid of the jeans, if she's trying to get rid of the jeans, how come she didn't get rid of the video? You're saying that the woman pointed at the cameras and they're thinking, oh, wow, that's right. We forgot about our video. Why didn't she get rid of the video also? You got to add too much to this.
We shall say, obviously, we're still continuing to follow every development in this case, and we'll have more on it still ahead.